Before I get started here, I just wanted to let you guys know I just launched my own Discord community where you guys can come in and there's trading chats, there's giveaways, inventory showcases, all that. So I'll have the link in the description down below and I'd love to see you guys there. Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know about Dopplers in CS2. Dopplers are certainly one of the most complicated and complex knife finishes in the whole game, and there's a lot to know about them, so let's get into the video. So the first thing, and I think the most important thing you should know about Dopplers and Gamma Dopplers, is how to identify the different phases 1 through 4. Starting here with the regular phase 1 Doppler, this is going to be a great middle ground between all the other phases of the regular Doppler, because it has a lot of deep blue in it, but it also has those bright pink and purple accents. Next here, we're looking at the phase 2 Doppler, and this is commonly referred to as a pink galaxy, and it is one of the most sought after Dopplers in the whole game, and this is going to consist of a lot of bright pinks and deep purples, but it also has some deep orange accents in there if you look hard enough, and it's just an incredible looking phase. The next phase we're looking at here is going to be a phase 3, and this is going to consist of a completely blue Doppler finish with a lot of deep purple accents and some deep ocean green accents, which look great in the light. So in my personal opinion, this is one of my favorite Doppler finishes in the game. The last Doppler finish here is going to be the phase 4 Doppler, and this one is very similar to the phase 3 Doppler, but instead it's going to have a lot more of the vibrant blue on it, and instead of the deep purple and greens you're going to see in the phase 3, this has a lot of black accents on it, which pair very good with the bright blue. And there are some other details to talk about later in this video about specifically the phase 4, so stay tuned for that. Moving on to the Gamma Dopplers, we're starting here with the phase 1 Gamma Doppler, and this is going to have a lot of bright green and teal in it, along with a deep blue, and it's going to have some pinkish purple accents around it too, and it's just overall has a lot of colors in it, and it just looks amazing, and it's my personal favorite Gamma Doppler finish in the game. The next Gamma Doppler finish here is going to be the phase 2, and this consists of a bunch of different shades of green. It's going to have some light greens and some dark greens, and it just looks great in CS2 overall. And just like the phase 4 Doppler, this has a little bit more to talk about later in this video, so I will be touching on that. The next Gamma Doppler finish here is going to be the phase 3, and this is going to consist of a lot of this nice looking aqua blue, and it's going to have a lot of these bright and deep green accents around the whole blade. And I just think this is a great middle ground for a Gamma Doppler finish. Now the last Gamma Doppler finish on here is the phase 4, and this one is very similar to the phase 3 just like on the normal Dopplers, but instead of having the majority of this aqua blue, it's going to be majority of the nice deep emerald green with the accents of the aqua blue, so kind of like a reverse phase 3. But I think these two are very interchangeable, so it's honestly your personal preference on which one you like more. Next, we're going to be talking about Doppler gems, and these are going to be solid color Dopplers, and they are the most expensive and sought after Dopplers in the whole game. The first gem here is a sapphire, and this is an all blue Doppler, and out of every Doppler unboxed, about 2 to 3% of them are going to be sapphires. The next gem here is a ruby, and this is going to be an all red Doppler, and about 2 to 3% of all Dopplers opened, just like the sapphire, are going to be rubies. The next gem here is going to be an emerald, and this is going to be an all green Gamma Doppler, and only about 8% of all Gamma Dopplers are going to be emeralds. The last gem here is a black pearl, and this is going to be an all deep purple Doppler, and only about 1% of all Dopplers open end up being black pearls. Now all sapphires and rubies might look the same as one another to you, but they are all very different and they all have very unique patterns to them. And this is referring to the dark swirls that you're going to find in these gems, and people refer to that as smoke. A lot of collectors and buyers tend to prefer less smoke in their gems because this just makes the knife a lot more clear and a lot more vibrant, and they tend to overpay a lot for these gems. I think a good way to follow up regular gems in this video would be to talk about fake gems. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video when I mentioned the phase 4 Doppler and the phase 2 Gamma Doppler had some more to talk about, because the phase 4 Doppler can have almost a max blue pattern on it, making it look like a fake sapphire in game, and the phase 2 Gamma Doppler can have a max green pattern on it, making it look almost like an emerald in game. This can usually justify a decent amount of overpay for people looking to maybe get a gem knife but aren't really willing to drop a small fortune in Counter-Strike, but I just think this is really cool. The last thing I want to talk about in this video about Dopplers is one of the most important things, and that is the float of Dopplers. Now, most knives in CS2 come in field tested, well worn, or even battle scarred, but Doppler knives can only come in minimal wear and factory new. This is because the float cap of Doppler knives is 0.08, which means most of them are going to be factory new because the factory new float starts at 0.07, leaving only a very tiny sliver of room for minimal wear knives. This means not only are they incredibly rare, but they look worse than factory new, which means no one wants these knives and it makes it super hard to sell. So if you're looking to get a Doppler knife, do not get a minimal wear. The last thing I want to touch on here with the float range, it's kind of niche, but it tailors towards the Karambit, more specifically the corners of the Karambit, and this is more for the gems. It does still happen on the normal phases 1 through 4, but it's most prominent on the gems, and this right here is a normal 0.04 factory new sapphire. This is the top corner of it. As you can see, it's a little scuffed up, it has a lot of marks right there. The rest of the blade looks good, but that's where most of the wear is. Now this is a 008 float Karambit sapphire here, and as you see now, the corner is almost completely flawless, which is what a lot of people look for when buying a high tier gem like this on a Karambit, and these tend to justify a lot of overpay since this is what a lot of people look for. But this is what people mean if you hear them talking about a clean corner on a gem or just any Karambit Doppler in general. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope this guide helped some of you figure out how to understand Dopplers a little bit more, because I knew, especially when I was first getting into the skins market, I had no clue what the Dopplers meant, and I was just pretty clueless about them overall. But I know this would have helped me back in the day. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next. Let me know what you guys thought of the video down below. I always love reading the comments down there. It's probably my favorite part about making these videos. That's about it. Take care.